Greetings, welcome to my channel, A Place to Talk. I'm Julia. I'm so glad you joined me. Today we're going to unpack how we can change our subconscious stories. We're going to ask the big questions here. Okay, so we know that the only thing we can really change in life is ourselves. We can't change other people. We really can't change some circumstances in our life. But the one thing we need to focus on is changing our own self. So today we're going to use an interesting deck. We're going to use the Tarot of the Abyss. This is what it looks like. And it's black and white, but it's very beautiful. We're going to ask, okay, so when we need to change ourselves, we know that we have to listen and observe. So we're going to first ask, how do we embrace stillness so that we can observe? So how can we observe? And while you're doing that, I want you to think about what is a pattern that you want to change in your life, because patterns keep coming in circles and circles and we repeat them. So let's stop repeating a pattern. In order to do that, we need to observe our own life. So how do we embrace stillness? How do we embrace stillness in order to observe our own patterns? Okay, so let's see what they say here. How do we embrace stillness? Well, that's interesting. We have the Two of Cups. Isn't that a beautiful card for the Two of Cups? So embracing stillness. Here you're going to embrace your own self, and perhaps if you have someone else with you in your life that's really close, embrace the stillness with that person and listen to what they have to say. They will give you the wisdom and the guidance and things about yourself that you might not necessarily observe. Okay? And if you're single, then you just sit with your higher self and say, okay, teach me what I'm really not listening, what I'm not paying attention to. Then we have, which is interesting, the Five of Swords. I don't know these cards in detail, but take a look at that. There's the boy, and he's got the Five Swords, and he's looking at I'm not sure what's inside that jar, but he's looking at something inside that jar. So he's really observing. So take a note of that. That's what we're really asking, is how do we embrace stillness? So he set the Five Swords aside. He's probably written down, this could be 5 things that we're thinking about our life. Observe them, and then just really quiet yourself and meditate and think, okay, which one can I change first? Then we have, oh, this is beautiful, the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands says, let's take this as an adventure. Your life is actually here for an adventure on this earth. So make it, just see where you're going, and let's get on a new boat instead of the same boat as we were before. So just pay attention to what you're planning, because you want to plan something different in order to make something different happen. So what are our stories, and what keeps the cycle going? Why do we keep going on this same cycle? We have the Seven of Wands. I think we're being a little bit self-defensive, and we're not opening ourselves up to what Spirit really wants to show us. Okay, so when we are wanting to change our stories, let down our guard a little bit and say, okay, Spirit, I'm going to open up my heart and see what you want to say to me. What are the triggers of our emotions? What triggers our emotions to want to stay there, first of all? And we have the Eight of Swords. Wow. Okay, so the Eight of Swords, we are triggered by inertia and just keeping ourselves in that state. You know, when you feel, I don't want to change, it's just going to take too much effort. It's just so much is going on here. I can't, it's the I can't feeling. I can't. But yes, you can actually. Oh, this is interesting. Here we have the Seven of Wands again. Okay, wow. Okay, so what triggers our emotions? We really do feel like our back is up against the wall. Sometimes we feel just pressed on every side, and we say we can't change, but yes, we can change. Okay, we can actually change our thinking patterns. So how do we cultivate trust? Okay, how do we cultivate trust in our intuition and in the guidance that we are being given? So how do we cultivate trust? And I'm going to add, how do we follow that? Okay, so we're going to get trust, and how can we follow our trust? Let's see what we have here. Oh my goodness, maybe I'll take those ones, they're falling out. Okay, first of all, we have the Hanged One. Okay, I'm smiling because this is a very interesting card for the Hanged One. Okay, so How can we cultivate trust? This is definitely going inside and thinking about what Spirit is saying to us. I'm going to turn it this way just because I like the pictures being upright. But see those birds? They are at each other, okay? They are creating something there with twigs. So I don't know how those birds are relating. You could maybe explain this card. I can get the book and read it. It's not here with me right now, but that's fine. So how do we cultivate trust with the Hanged One is really just to surrender, to open ourselves to those things that we are being taught. The next one, cultivate trust, is Temperance. Listen to Spirit and keep your life in balance. Also, how we can cultivate trust is Knight of Pentacles. Go on the journey. He's actually on the way. He's on his journey, and he is taking it one step at a time. He's probably laid out a little plan, and don't make it such a big plan that you can't follow it, but maybe lay out 3 things that you can change and then just tackle them one at a time. He's very methodical. So be methodical about trusting yourself. Okay, one more question here today. How to unlock our new self. Okay, oh, those cards were backwards. Oh well, not sure we're there. How can we unlock our new self, moving from the unconscious to the conscious? So we have things that are subconscious. What can we actually do to pull them out from our subconscious to our conscious awareness? Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. She is a woman who is patient and very practical. So we're going to be practically assessing our situation and really thinking logistically about what am I thinking and what do I want to think about. And then the next one, oh wow, is the Queen of Wands. This is great, 2 queens. So then we have the Queen of Wands, and she's tapping into her passion, to her desires, and to her courage. Okay, so when we are opening up ourselves to change, we're going to see what's in our subconscious. We're really going to be logistic and logical about it. And then we're going to say, what do I really want? And what is really the driving force in my life? And where do I want to go with that? And so that is how we can actually unlock our new self. Okay, so place our attention on our heart. And both of these are actually doing that. When you take a look at these 2 queens, they are both looking down at their own situation. So take a look really closely at what is your situation and what you can change within that. Okay? We're going to use the Salt and Sea Oracle and pull an oracle for a summary on what we can do to unlock our heart and open up our attitudes to change and to making ourselves a new person. We have the card Tsunami. Now is the time to confront your stressors. What are you avoiding? So there's something that maybe we've been avoiding that keeps us back. Okay, so we're going to attack those things, or in our mind we're going to actually just confront them. Okay, confront your stressors, tell them to be gone, and once you know what they are, that is huge. Okay, and make manifesting change. Okay, sorry, we're going to get another card, one more card. Oh, and there's one more thing I wanted to do too. I'll show you. Okay, our next one is Island. Find strength in solitude. You will find your strength and you will be fine. Everything will be okay. So just find your strength in solitude. Okay. Now another thing I'm going to do really quickly is I've got this little wee book. I've been starting to collect different quotes, and I've got, I'm not sure, this many pages. So I'm just going to randomly open a page and we're going to read a quote. Okay, so here it is. Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door. That is by Emily Dickenson. So when you don't know, there's the quote. Okay? So to unlock ourselves, we're going to open every door. And one of them will be the one that shines brightly inside our soul and that triggers our desires. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this video has helped you, and I wish you all the best in manifesting change and in reflection as well. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye for now.